Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Schalchlin. Thank you.
Give me just a moment to get used to this sound. How's this piano sound out there? All right. A little bit more piano for me, please. This is the song that started it all for me. I was at my computer, my little desk, my little laptop that somebody had loaned us. And I was trying to tell somebody what it was like for 2 years of being in and out of hospitals and in and out of beds and to survive. And I couldn't put it into words. And then my little piano was over in the corner of the room, and it sort of threw this lasso at me and said, "Oh, come on over here and try this." I hadn't played the piano in 2 years. And I sat down and took a deep breath, and out came this song. I saw a neon sign that said emergency. I barely even know what happened next. Collapsing in a doorway and then down the hall, connected to a meter. We should all be connected to a meter. Said we don't lose that many patients in a year. He rolled me to a lonely room with a light beneath the bed, connected to a bottle. We should all be connected to a bottle. Something bad. All day long I channel surf, that's all that I could do. I couldn't read a book or walk around. You know you've hit the bottom when you're glad to be connected to a TV. We should all be connected to a TV. Cause they'd never let Richie die. Friends would come around and bring me little things and say how much they needed me to live. They told me I would make it, cause they said we were connected to each other. We should all be connected to each other. Someday if I lose this fight to carry on, please send me someplace gently out to sea. Then listen as I whisper softly in your ear, connected to each other. We will always be connected to each other. to Life in the Bonus Round. 3 years ago, that song tells a story about when I was entered into St. John's, and I was in the Santa Monica Hospital in the emergency room with AIDS-related pneumonia, and it nearly killed me. And then it nearly killed me again a few months later, and then it nearly killed me again this past April. And I'm just very happy to be here, to say the very least. And so tonight, we have survived. Thank you, senor. So I call this living in the bonus round. I figure, you know, I got an extra time, and they're spinning the wheel, and so I'm just having a good time up here. This is also a birthday party for myself. I'm 43 years old this Friday. 40 plus 3 years in the bonus round. And tonight I thought we'd do, I wanted to do tonight, Hal Cohen, who runs Acoustic Edge, basically invited me to come up and do a few songs. Songs from our show. What happened is, I wrote these songs, my friend Jim Brochu wrote a book around it, and we have a musical called The Last Session. It's about a songwriter in a recording studio with AIDS. Now imagine that. And so this evening I thought, well, I'll ask a couple of friends to help me out. So I asked my friend David Robyn, who has a great band, to come up, and he had the set after me, so we're sort of integrating our sets tonight. He's going to be doing some of his own tunes a little later after we do our Last Session songs. And the band is also going to be helping me on a few tunes. Up until now, I've only done them with piano. So it'll be interesting to hear them with a little bit of band. And also I invited the Heaven Bound Sound Choir to join me on a few songs. So, you know, I just can't do anything little. We have to do it big. In the show, there's a character named Gideon, who's sort of the character that's based on myself. And Gideon has just found out that he has cancer, along with AIDS and everything else, and he's decided to commit suicide. But before he commits suicide, he invites his whole band back into the recording studio just to do one last recording session, and to try to get these new songs that he's written kind of out of his system. And the first song he does, right in the very beginning of the show, is a song that he wrote, which is a song describing his own memorial service. Perhaps someday, for several hours, you'll fill some church with lots of flowers, and display some saintly shot of me somewhere in the hall, or stick a tray of noshes up against the wall. Perhaps someone will tell a story, endowing me with lots of glory, and punish you by making you listen to my song, or torture you by forcing you to have to sing along. Somebody save me a seat somewhere in the back, 'cause I'll get bored and go across the street and eat a snack and grab a beer. At the bar, find a piano, set out the tip jar. Somebody save me a seat at that piano across the street. I'll look back across and laugh at you, 'cause you'll be bored as hell when you'll wonder if you really knew me. Will you wonder if you knew me too well? I'll sing all the secrets I'm too ashamed to share. I'll sing about courage that came from God knows where. A review of all the hearts I've broken, all the songs I've sung, foolish words I might have spoken when I was very young. I'll sing of the places I got to play. I'll sing of the faces I met along the way. I'll sing of all the cities I saw from speeding cars. I'll sing of taking cruise ships out beyond the stars. Somebody save me a seat on a roller coaster somewhere. We'll fly around and we'll have some fun, and we'll think about the miracles we should have done, and the people we could have become. Well, the beers made me silly, and I feel kind of guilty, 'cause I left you alone over there. So I'll sneak in the back and I'll stand by your chair, and just for a moment I'll goof with your hair. Then I'll find my way back to the seat in the back, and I'll be a good boy till it's over. Then I'll get to do something you cannot do. I'll follow you home, every one of you. Then on the day when you feel lost or hurt, go to the kitchen, get some dessert, then sit at the table and eat. Just remember, please remember, to save me a seat. Please remember to save me a seat. I wrote that because somebody once said that, oh man, I'd love to attend my memorial service, and I thought, I can't think of anything worse. Anything more boring. I also have a couple of guest star. My friend Charles Esten, who is a big TV star, going to be a big movie star someday. He also starred in our show when we did our workshop, the last session, at the Zephyr Theater, and he's going to come up and do a couple songs a little bit later on. I forgot to mention you, chipmunks. Okay, now our next tune we're going to do is called Somebody's Friend, and the band is going to help me on this. So David Robyn's band, come on up and help me. And I also have three wonderful ladies who are going to help me on this. Now, this song is about, well, when I first started dealing with AIDS, and I know anybody who's ever had to deal with any kind of so-called uncurable disease, it seemed like 2 or 3 times a week somebody came up to me with a cure. And I always thought it was strange that there were so many cures out there and so very few people actually getting cured. And I always hear about somebody, oh yeah, my friend got cured, or I know somebody who got cured. It was always somebody 2 times removed from anybody I ever met. So, this song is called Somebody's Friend. Okay, well, you want to test your mic? Test your mic?
Check 1.
All right. You should give them a lot of volume there. G sharp? Yeah.
Gordo.
Hold it. We're in the wrong key. We need to help you. Fix my piano real quick. It's in G sharp, and we need to be in G.
I asked her. Good thing, Kurt.
I just wanted to be. Talks amongst yourselves. One of the things I did was I kept a diary online starting from last March. And what I didn't realize is that it's funny you should say it that way, because actually what I had, I was suffering from diarrhea very badly. Yeah! So I kept this diary online all the way through March, and it's really the story of a man dying right before your very eyes who doesn't die. Happy ending. So I printed it out I printed out from March all the way through August, and it's a book. And so we're going to give away 5 copies of that book, and you get to read it. So we're going to have a drawing for that. So you probably got to give me something good. Sorry. Hey, we're there. Somebody's friend. They say
it's not my friend, it's a friend of somebody's friend. Somebody's friend tried moonstone therapy. Somebody's friend tried some new drug that came from free, drawn from a bud they found in England. Somebody's friend got cured of HIV.
But when I asked if I could meet somebody's friend, they say
It's not my friend, it's a friend. Somebody.
I'm dying and that I ain't got that long. Well, they don't do any testing for the thing that's wrong with you. No cure for what you say, no cure for what you do. At least I know what's killing me. At least I know the enemy. And though I know you disagree, at least I know what's killing me. You're alive on the outside, but you're walking in. Better grow some stuff on the inside, or bad stuff will grow inside. And I'll tell you something true, though you may doubt it. I'd rather be me with AIDS than to have to be you without it. You're alive on the outside, but you're walking in. And grow stuff on the inside, bad stuff will grow instead. And I'll tell you something true, though you may doubt it. I'd rather be me with AIDS than to have to be you without it. At least I know what's killing me. At least I know the enemy. And though I know you disagree, at least I know what's killing me. At least I know what's killing me. At least I know what's killing me. Thank you. This is David Robyn, the Shivertown Band. Yeah, you guys are done. And they're going to be back with David Robyn just a little bit later on.
All right.
They're going to be back with David Robyn just a little later on. Right after I got really sick the first time. One of the reasons I got sick was because I kept myself really stupid about AIDS in general. And I didn't realize how I could protect myself. So I decided the best way to learn more info would be to go to a group therapy session. This is my song about that visit. I heard of a group with others like me who felt the way I feel. I felt sorry for myself like the only man on earth. And someone said a group can help me heal. So I dropped in on a Monday where they all sat in a circle and they told each other stories of the war. Some were old and some were young, but mostly they were young. And mostly I kept looking at the floor. Dave was only 20 and he said his life was over. And he asked if this was all the life he'd get. Bill was 50, going blind, complaining of infections which he got from tubes connected to his chest. John at 30 had some spots. He didn't like to go outside. He said his mother hated him, that he was just a prisoner, and he wished he had the guts for suicide. retribution, then none of us stood any kind of chance. And the group just listened, kind of in a trance. Maxie liked to party, and she said she'd never stop it. After all, this thing would kill no matter what. She said we looked pathetic, and that she would not stop living till they threw her in a box and slammed it shut. And she showed us all the check marks on her arms and on her body, and invited us to join in later on. And then she staggered for a moment and fell into her chair. And the group just listened, helpless but to stare. And the sickest ones were scaring me, the youngest made me sad, and the ones who looked pathetic just made me feel pathetic. There was one who seemed to know a lot, and one who had no clue. There was one who spoke of vitamins, who said we needed vitamins, and each one said what he was going through. And I cried, 'cause I was going through it too. Jamie was a rocker, and he wanted us to know that he was straight and that he never fucked with guys. Afraid his friends would call him gay, he kept it all a secret, but the stress was buried deeply in his eyes. And he ranted and said, "Goddamn enough, the deep guy might be dying, must they judge me like I'm just some fucking queer?" And then he looked around and realized who he was talking to. But the group just listened, that's why they were here. He was not the first to hate a queer. I finally took my turn and said, "I guess I got it easy, 'cause all my friends and family really care. They call me and they take me out to dinner, and they tell me if I ever needed them, they'd soon be there." Suddenly it looked like they were dying in the desert, begging for some kind of comfort from the heat. And I had water. I was the only one with water. And I couldn't spare a drop of it to drink. I was glad when it was over, and I raced to get back home, and I felt a little better, and not quite so alone. But how strange to be a member of a club that nobody wants to be a member of, and for all the good it did, I still cannot recoup from the time I finally visited the group. Thank you very much. Thank you. Those were all real people. Those were all real people. Now I'm going to bring a friend up, and at one point in the show, well, it doesn't really matter how it appears in this show. I think if you hear the lyrics on this song, you'll know exactly what it's about. My friend Chief Esten.
Thank you. I want to thank Steve for letting me be a part of all of this, and thank Jim, and especially thank Steve for letting me sing his favorite song.
Though you've been a rock for me to stand on, beside me every moment of the fight, and even though you make it so much And they tell me they're so proud of how I've grown. And they say they know I'm going it alone. This is such a lonely battle. Never been so wrapped up in myself. What about what you've been through as well? Do you lie awake and worry, never falling back to sleep? Are you going through some private kind of hell? Do you also feel you're out there on your own? You feel as though you're going it alone. Do you lie awake and worry, never falling back to sleep? Have I put you through some private kind of hell? I have to read your mind to even tell. Just before I turn to go to sleep, I brush a little hair back from your eye. Suddenly the loneliness I felt just melts away, and I smile because I know the reason why. Can we really say we're out there on our own? Can we really say we're out there on our own? Well, together we've been going alone. Well, together we've been going alone.
Give him the mic.
Okay, now I'd like to bring up the Heaven Bound Sound Choir, and we're going to do a little tune for you. This is a song about my mother and my father. I was raised the son of a Baptist minister in a little bitty town in East Texas. They actually came to see the show and liked it. Buena, Texas. Okay?
Check,
I
test.
know you've all been there. Can't wait to go on your next vacation. Everybody got it? One, two, three. The preacher stood in front of the church he built and he said, I'm leaving. I love you all, but I barely finished high school. And now you've grown much larger. You need someone who's smarter, been to college, knows the language. Must have been church house, 'cause they knew the town had thieves that prowled the night, and they wanted just to build their house of light. The preacher and the nurse always giving more. The preacher and the nurse had an open door, and I know I could do worse than to be just like the preacher and the nurse. We packed and moved to Texas to a little bitty town. The nurse worked at the clinic in her short white nurse's gown. The people in the new church were the happiest of all, that the preacher and the nurse had heard their call. Well, I know I'll never be the kind of man my father was, but I always try to help when people need me. But I cannot bear them crying, the people who lay dying. I have to help them, I need to help them, but I barely have the strength of just one man. So I write my songs and do the best I can. Whoa, the preacher and the nurse, inside of me, the preacher and the nurse help me to see. They help me to see, and I know I could do worse, but I could not do better than to be just like the preacher and the nurse. I am the preacher, I am the preacher, I am the nurse, I am the preacher, I am the preacher, I am the nurse, I am the nurse. Thank you. All right, now we're going to do a little number from the show. Yeah, just do the best you can. I'm going to bring up Mr. Jim Brochu, who wrote the script, the book for the show, and Chip Esten, and we're going to recreate a little scene. Now, this is a song. This is a song that basically is about my battles with the medical establishment. Now, any of you who've ever had to deal with doctors and nurses and hospitals and HMOs, by the way, you never want to have AIDS and be in an HMO. Thank you very much.
Just a tip.
Just a little tip. If you decide to go out and have AIDS, don't belong to an HMO. All right, now this song is my journey through the battlefield of modern day medicine. It really should be a music video. And in the show, we do it as a sort of a dream sequence fantasy thing. And Jim Brochu will be playing the doctor, who normally will have a golf club in his hand. And Chip over here has a helmet on, and he's a young soldier. It's called Friendly Fire. Oh, what's the beginning? I forgot.
It's not that.
Oh, what's the beginning? Can I just stop? All right, okay. All right, first you have to picture Chip as the character Buddy. And you see, it looks like the Sands of Iwo Jima on acid, with Buddy as John Wayne, looking for the enemy, but about to be shot in the back.
10 hot?
Any news from the front, sir?
Yes, soldier. I got your blood work back. Your T cells are down to 3. Now you can name them. You have microsporia. We have no cure for that. Your insurance company says they'll be happy to pay for more tests to be absolutely sure that what you have, we can't cure. Until the next time, I'm prescribing some Dapsone, a trial of papaverine, with Imodium and a small dose of codeine for the diarrhea. Now get back in there and fight.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
got my own private Armageddon, my personal World War III, where there's so many different factions, all taking different actions, that sometimes it feels like my soldiers are killing me with friendly fire. What a strange ironic name, friendly fire, but it kills you just the same. Is your death more dignified when the people you admire turn around and shoot you down with friendly fire?
Hey there, soldier, I have a little more bad news for you. Tested positive for pneumonia again. I'd get you in the hospital right now, but your insurance companies are all saying each other has to pay. But in the meantime, I'm prescribing you a bottle of DDI, ka-ching, or AZT, ka-ching, and the new 3TC, which is a very nice chevron-shaped pill. Ka-ching. Now, you keep up the good work, soldier. I'm with you all the way.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. I got a battleground in my body where there is no DMZ. Why I'm so full of medication, I'm like a ravaged nation. But sometimes it feels like my medicine is killing me with friendly fire. Makes the enemy look tame. Friendly fire, but it kills you just the same. The good Lord remain when the target is the buyer and the victim pays the bill for friendly fire.
Hey there, soldier.
Incoming disease! And everyone is flying their own flag of panic, and everyone is trying to frag the lieutenant. The troops have been deployed with the signed affidavit. The town must be destroyed in order to save it.
Well,
You're in the army now, of doctors who don't know how to cure your ills, but they've got pills enough to choke a cow. Over hills, hills of pills, pills that give you chills and thrills, but your symptoms keep rolling along. You're gonna pay, my boy. You're gonna pay. Not just with money, but with side effects that aren't so funny. Off we go into a drug-filled stupor, flying high into the sky. From the walls of pharmaceuticals to the stores of remedies, we will fight our bodies' battles and go free it from disease. I don't know, but I've been told. I don't know, but I've been told. Pampuka is a magic mode. Pampuka is a magic mode. 2 cups. 3 cups. 2 more. 3 more. I feel even worse than before. There's a woman named Louise. There's a woman named Louise. Tells me my immunities. Tells me my immunities. She can restore. For sure. She sells T-cells by the seashore.
you want me to have a line? Yeah. All right. Well, I just got more tests back, and you have tested positive for CNV retinitis, and that causes blindness.
I see.
Well, not for long. Hey! But I want to tell you, now that your insurance is straightened out, I'm going to be consulting on your case with Dr. No, Dr. Yes, Dr. Doolittle, Dr. Douglas, Dr. Mento, Dr. Joyce Brothers, and Dr. Norman Vincent Peale.
But some of them are dead.
Doesn't matter, they still take insurance. Hey!
Thank you, sir. I got an endless parade of healers, each one with a remedy. New age shamans and physicians prescribe their ammunitions, but sometimes it feels like my doctors are killing me with friendly fire, but they don't take deadly aim. Friendly fire, well, it kills you just the same. Does the hitman more humane when the target is the buyer and the victim pays the bill for friendly fire? Friendly fire. countrymen conspire to protect their own concerns with friendly fire. Friendly fire. Friendly fire. Is the song beautiful when you hear the angel choir? If you know that they've been sent by friendly fire. 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 Ready, aim, fire.
All right, we're going to do one more song from the show. Then my friend Dave Robyn is going to come up and do 5 or 6 of his tunes, which I promise you are wonderful. Then I'm going to come back and do a brand new song. Now, some of you saw in the program, there's an essay. The song that I've written is based on the essay in the middle of the program. And also, we're going to have our drawing for you, the free book. There's a line holding us together. There's a line holding us all together. You can call it fate. You can call it life. The name doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter.
There's a word stronger than the silence. There's a word stronger than any silence. Some will say it's love, some will say it's God. But everything changes. Everything changes when you care. When you care, you don't need an explanation. When you care, either you love or you don't. Either you will or you won't. You don't need an explanation when you care.
Out of time. Everyone is running out of time. And the river goes on running. You can live every day. You can die every day. Which way doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. There's a hand reaches in the darkness when a hand touches you in the darkness. It may be a friend, someone you don't know. Which one doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter when you care. You can only make a difference when you care. Either you love or you don't. You can only make a difference when you care. It seems to me life's mystery is written in the language of the heart. We learn to read from what we need, and everything the poetry of living teaches us. It teaches us. Heaven Bound Sound with Alan Satchwell. Alan's a great singer. Chip Esten, Jim Brochu. Stick around now. We got great music coming up for you. Thank you. My name is Steve Schalchlin. Welcome to the bonus round.
Epitome of courage. This is called Learn How to Fall.
Lights up the tunnel, he seizes his life. He's moving through his darkness, one day at a time. He's learned how to fall. Yeah, he's learned how to fall. He's the son of a preacher who grew to be a teacher so strong. He can heal the pain of an army in the space of a song. He's got the souls of dead men on these boots he's worn. He had his destiny written from the day he was born. When he gets knocked down, see him stand up tall. If he's learned anything at all, that's if he's gonna make it. He's gotta learn how to fall. He's gotta learn how to fall. Learn how to fall. You never know he suffers. There is no pity in his talk. This guy's poetry in motion when he's too weak to walk. He's got a courage like I have never known, unless a man would have given up a long time ago. So when I get knocked down, stand up tall. He's taught me anything at all. That's if I'm gonna make it. Gotta learn how to fall. Gotta learn how to fall. Learn how to fall. You know, I've seen you work and I don't come down. You're so damn high, but you never come down. What you talk of so the earth was young. You see, Steve's my good friend, and he's been brought to his knees. Yeah, he puts more life in one day than you do and I in a week. I see him dealing with dying by healing everyone he knows. Man, this cat's the only legend that I've ever known. Stand up tall. You know that train whistle that you heard late last night? It's Mr. Steve at the engine, feeding fuel in the fire. Mr. Steve, back up there, my friend. And just in case you ever forget the words, Steve, happy birthday.
When I met David Robyn, he came up to, I actually saw him at an event, a songwriter event, and he went to a publisher event sometime a few years earlier, and the publisher said, now stop writing such personal songs. The best thing to do is to write really generic songs so that everybody can relate to it. Well, never sing a generic song for Steve Schalchlin, and that's from my opinion. And then he started singing stuff that was about him, and this is the first song that we put together.
All right.
We're going to take you back to my childhood. Schalchlin back up, but we're going to do his new song. He's going to tell you about it.
One of the byproducts of having my homepage on the internet is the chance to meet a lot of people who would write me email and tell me about things that were happening to them. One of the guys that I met, his name is Billy Valentine. He's a rock and roller, an alternative rock and roller up in San Francisco. And the new drug that I started taking called Crixavent, which really brought me back from the brink of death a few months ago, was making him very, very, very sick. And he just kept telling me about how awful he felt. And finally he wrote me an email and told me about it. And I included the email in the programs tonight. And it just kept haunting me until finally I decided to write a song based on that. So it's kind of a collaboration. So this is for Billy Valentine. It's called One New Hell.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Summer in San Francisco, I can feel the approaching winter. The skies will all turn gray, and that's just how they'll stay, like the greatest in my soul. As I rush into the toilet bowl, like a junkie on some hustler bar, before he gets into some rich man's car. If I thought that I could do it, I would trade this life from another. 'Cause I'm living one new hell. Right after the other. This doesn't show itself like the one I had before, when the speed was burning off my flesh and a bloody syringe was on the floor. If I thought that I could do it, I would trade this life for another. 'Cause I'm living one new on the strange bed where I come for another.
By the way, Billy Valentine is here tonight. Billy, thanks for coming.
China skin. For many paintings of war, strike it to death. The news glorified the kill for the ratings. And the anchor man, you wanna pull it through. Now, up and on, start your killing. And a red, white, and blue finally fled. Why don't you all kill off what you don't believe in? And when the smoke clears from the whole world, the whole damn world is dead. Anger all around, and more blood stains the ground. No one to be found. Every brother's going down. Jesus lives, we got him nailed to a cross, the headlines read. And the TV preacher said, send your money, save your soul, and save his head. If you act now, we'll include your own AK-47. And the key to the door, we're pretty sure, you'll only wait on heaven. There's anger all around, and there's more blood stains around. No hope to be found. Every is our anti-rock star anthem. This is called Don't Play Me on the Radio. Schalchlin and the Planet.
I got him first. All right. I've got your tickets here, and now we're gonna give away 5 copies of Living in the Bonus Round Book 1.